Trees are a major export for Oregon, but the numbers have dropped, forcing local leaders to look for other business.
The number of uses of hemp I think, has a lot of diversification. It can do a lot of different things that wood can't, but there's always going to be a need for wood.
Josephine County Commissioner Simon Hare says there's been a dramatic reduction in jobs tied with the timber industry in Oregon. Hare says he wants to see the harvest increase, but it would take time to do so. The Josephine County Commissioner considers hemp a possible alternative to boosting the local economy, but says work to make that a reality needs to start now.
We need to be first movers in this. In Josephine County, I know that we have about 20,000 acres of arable farmland. Whether or not that's with irrigation or not is up to debate, but there's definitely potential to take land that's either sat fallow or been used for other agricultural commodities to be put into hemp production locally.
Even if it doesn't make enough cash for local government, Hare says it can lead to jobs.
That isn't there either in legislation or in practicality, but I think when we have the unemployment rate that we do in some of these rural parts of Oregon, we need to take advantage of any opportunity we can to improve the economy locally.
The University of Kentucky is one institution which experimented with growing samples of hemp, and Hare says it's our turn.
I can't understand how you get started, and that's where I really want to focus probably in the next couple of years of piloting a project somewhere in Southern Oregon with a university. It could be Southern Oregon University or Oregon State, to try to put this into a tangible place that you can look at as a pilot project.
Canada is far past experimentation. Many stores and companies using hemp in the States import the product from Canada. Growing hemp here could cut all of the import costs for those buyers. The Canadian Hemp Trade Alliance, or CHTA, says the regulation of hemp farming has been the government's responsibility since 1998. Since then, interest in agriculture of the crop continues to grow and the money flow is rising.
We export $50 million worth of hemp and hemp products that translate into I've seen quotes of $500 million of sort of retail value. I mean, we were, I think, at 8,000 acres of production here in 2008, and we're exceeded 100. I think we're at 116,000 last year.
Russ Crawford presides over the CHTA. The president says the industry really took off in the last decade and is moving towards using hemp as a food product. Consumers are seeking the crop for its nutritional value, but Crawford says Canada will only succeed in this market if the countries surrounding it also get their foot in the door.
As Canadians, we fully support the recognition of industrial hemp. Until it's recognized in the U.S., our growth is somewhat limited. It needs full commercial acceptance, and that won't happen until it's actually being produced in the U.S.
A limit to endless possibilities, Crawford says, come with hemp because it's a flexible and universal crop.
We have a composite innovation center in Winnipeg that's doing amazing work with hemp as a replacement to fiberglass, and ultimately as a replacement to steel. There's some techniques going on right now that one day you may see a car made fully of hemp. You hear stories about Henry Ford building a car from hemp, and that was the body. But we're way beyond that now. They can actually build a car with everything but the wheels, I would say, all but the rubber.
Today in Oregon, hemp is a hot topic. It was even talked about at the state's gubernatorial debate in 2014 before Governor Kitzhaber's re-election. Pacific Green candidate Jason Levin pushed for the marijuana industry.
We also need to look into alternative methods of getting the money from industrial sources such as timber and industrial hemp once marijuana becomes legal.
Levin and other supporters of hemp say its future lies in the hands of consumers and citizens of each country. They say education showing how it can be a productive and economic benefit for all is the best tool to get other countries on board the agriculture of the crop. Passage of Measure 91 in November opens the door for Oregonians interested in making a business of growing the crop, but federally, the government still says no. Covering your news, Nilsson, News 10.